Hello everyone, my name is Honorable Ambassador Daniel Asama and I represent the people of Basa Jos North Federal Constituency and from Plateau State, the home of peace and tourism. Keep watching Feedback on NTA Parliament with Joy, channel 370 DSTV. Beautiful program, beautiful people. Still believe in you, NTA, our one and only station.
In keeping with the mandate of policing the nation's maritime assets, prevention of illegal bunkering, pipeline vandalism, and other forms of illegalities at sea, the Nigerian Navy is constantly upgrading its equipment and facilities to meet international standard. This, however, will not be possible without legislative support. The visit by the House Committee on Navy is therefore to ensure the Nigerian Navy not only meets but surpasses previous successes, identify areas of challenges, and give budgetary support where necessary. Committee members inspected facilities at the headquarters, Western Naval Command, Nigerian Navy Ships, Naval Dockyard Limited, Naval Air Base Ojo, Nigerian Navy Reference Hospital Ojo, and Special Boat Service (SBS) camp, as well as ongoing projects. After the tour, the Chairman House Committee on the Nigerian Navy, Yusuf Gagdi, expressed satisfaction at the quality of projects executed by the Nigerian Navy.
There is no single unit on that dockyard that is not functional. Both their chemical mixture laboratory, the electrical laboratory, the mechanical, everything here is functional. They mix down their chemical, they will start gold plating, they will start. It means therefore that you have leadership that, and in doing this, if you have someone that has been doing this to an institution.
Representative of the Flag Officer Commanding Western Naval Command and the Admiral Superintendent Naval Dockyard Limited, Rear Admiral Abolaji Abolade Orederu, both appreciated the committee's visit and appealed for more legislative backing to execute constitutional mandates. The satisfactory report of the Committee on the Navy's conduct is to ensure that the good works and innovation continue in Nigerian Navy ships and establishments.
that engage in this sea piracy are actually youth. You understand? So the government should create, enabling environment for foreign investors to come in, so that there can be enough opportunities for the youth to be engaged. Because if the youths are properly engaged and there is an inducement for being engaged, a lot of people will just shun sea piracy. A lot of people who are engaged in this sea piracy is because they don't have anything to fall back on. It's more of like a last resort. A lot of graduates are roaming the street, and if you discover right now, the operation is becoming more sophisticated. They operate with drones. They know when the Navy officers are coming. They know how to beat the security operatives. So I think the government is actually doing what it can do, but I think that's not really good enough. They should engage the youths more, take some proactive measures on how to get these youths out of the streets. And above all, even some of us that have also decided not to engage in the sea piracy, the government should also give us like a thumbs up, something to make the other people feel, okay, if we are not engaging in sea piracy, if we are engaging in sea piracy, that means we are losing out. I think this is the way to go, so that they can begin to retrace back.
We have local boat, we have international boat and ship. So if you talk of that, if the government can make any provision, a material or maybe something else that they can use, maybe as a boat engineer, maybe you will see very far and see very deep, so that if you see any object that will harm your ship or boat, you can be able to divert it. If there is any way for government to do that and make provisions for all the ship engineer or boat engineer, so I think that is the only way I can advise. If not, there's nothing government can do about that, apart from making the provision for that material, for them to see very far inside the water.
Waterway. The government is not doing enough to ensure our safety on the waterway, simply because people are dying and they are kidnapping people, and which is not supposed to be. The government are meant to protect people, even though they are not the seer of life. You know, God is the seer of life. But even though they are not doing their best, but the government still have to protect, at least fuel the engine. And you know that these water waves are mostly youths that do these things. If you check the water waves, you won't see elderly people do all these things. You see people that are more vibrant, which are the youths doing all these things. So we encourage the government to encourage the youths to be able to work in these places, so that we can get more equipped people, so that we will stop having kidnapping, accidents, and all these things.
Honorable Yusuf Gagdi, born on the 5th of November 1980. He is a politician of the All Progressive Congress from Plateau State, Nigeria. He is a member of the Nigerian Federal House of Representatives from Panshin, Kanam, Kanke Federal Constituency of Plateau State. He is a second-timer in the Green Chambers. He is married with children, and he is the Chairman House Committee on Navy.
I've been chairman Navy for about 6 years now, more than 5 years, from 2019 till date. First in the history, I became a chairman of Navy. Navy was the only agency that I superintend under. If you take Army and Air Force, for instance, they have other sub-agencies under them that is an establishment and enactment of the National Assembly. If it is budget and Air Force, Nigerian Air Force come to defend budget, there are other sub-agencies under Air Force that will come to defend the budget. Same with the Chief of Air Staff, like the Nigerian Air Force Institute of Technology in Kaduna is an establishment of the National Assembly. I'll just give you one example. So in the case of Navy, From the day Navy was established, Navy is the second agency, military agency to be established. One, it was Army. The second service was the Navy, before even the Air Force. But today, Air Force have more than 7 sub-agencies. There is an establishment, enactment of the National Assembly. Then from the time Navy was established till 2020 to 20, Navy is the only agency under Navy in the Ministry of Defense. I have single-handedly, bring... Air Force doesn't even have university. They have Institute of Technology that is equivalent to university. But I funded and sponsored a bill that enacted the Admiralty University of Nigeria, ADOM. Today, if Navy are coming to defend budget, ADOM, Admiralty University of Nigeria, come to defend budget. I funded and sponsored that bill from the House of Representatives. It became my bill in the Senate concurred. It was sent to the president. I lobbied, the president signed the bill into law. So, in addition to that, I am happy to be one of the parliament in the history of parliament in Nigeria that sponsored a bill that establishes 2 federal universities. It has never happened. At the risk of sounding immodest, at the risk of bragging, it has never happened. If you think I am bragging. In addition to the Admiralty University of Nigeria, I have single-handedly come to say, we have road safety. We have VIOs that check vehicle particulars, that direct movement of vehicles, that see where there is potholes and mount roadblock from one area to another to checkmate road compliances. Navy deal with protection of countries' sovereignty from external or internal aggression by water, by sea. Then the sea, by virtue of the Armed Forces Act, is donated to the Nigerian Navy. But when I came as a chairman, I have not seen VIO of the Navy. I have not seen road safety of the Navy. I have seen RIT. I have gone to oversight function where I saw ships coming to upload goods to the Nigerian port that meet other ships that sink into water and break into it and equally got sink with billions of dollars, properties and items belonging to individuals. Of course. Then I said, no. Just like we have the road safety, we have the civil defense, we have the surveyors that survey land, there is a need for the establishment of Nigerian Hydrographic Agency, otherwise called National Hydrographic Agency. The responsibility of that agency under the Nigerian Navy, one is to have a hydrographer of Nigeria who is a Navy officer, as well as have what? Nautical information about speed, movement, direction, route, identifying danger to ships that are coming. Business globally now is through the sea. But if foreigners, investors are sending their ships into the Nigerian water and it is not safe for them, they send a multi-billion-dollar ship, it comes to sink with the goods. Tomorrow, you will try to find out whether there is any investor that is willing to sacrifice his ship into the Nigerian port jurisdiction. You will not find. As a result of that, I moved for the establishment of National Hydrographic Agency, an agency too that I single-handedly funded. It passed through first, second, third reading in the House of Representatives. It moves to the Senate. Senate comply and concur. It moved to the President. We lobby, President sign. Today, Navy have third agency, which is National Hydrographic Agency, with a naval officer being a hydrographer of the Federation that gives information to ships that are passing, the danger route, just like our VIOs and road safety operate, and just like you give kilometer to somebody traveling to Maiduguri, he knows that yes, there is a problem, there is an accident in Bauchi Bridge, the bridge have collapsed, you cannot go. Instead of going there to form traffic or equally collude, it is better you take another route. That is the function of National Hydrographic Agency of Nigeria. It is my brainchild.
Yet, the very force tasked with securing the nation's blue economy is itself in troubled waters. Underfunding, aging infrastructure, manpower shortages and bureaucratic delays. These are the daily battles behind the scenes.
That I have done my oversight function over Nigerian Navy to an extent that I know Navy, to be honest. I'm not blackmailing when it was difficult for communication between the ranks and files, the ratings, the officers, and what have you. My role as a chairman, as a chief superintendent of the Navy, have brought additional sanity to the Navy, where there is a flow, there is a breath. It was suffocating, yes. Yes, where you get the ratings, feel free to operate with the officers and what have you. Where officers knows that if something happened to junior officers, there is where they can take petition and those petitions can be investigated. I have ensured equitable distribution of appointments, particularly in terms of recruitment in the Nigerian Navy, where all the 6 geopolitical zones are having fair representation in terms of their recruitments and what have you. I have done my best. I have increased Navy budget. I came to Navy when the capital budget of Navy is not more than 13 billion. But till as I am talking to you today, Navy have a budget, personal and capital, of over 400 billion. Capital budget of over 90 to 108 billion. So it means that in terms of their funding requirement, if it is the chairman's committee's prerogative to ensure that they get what they want to be able to perform maximally, I have equally improved the standard living condition of Nigerian Navy by ensuring that there is an advancement in the taxpayers' money that is allocated to them.
Beneath the vast waters of the Gulf of Guinea lies a battleground not defined by borders, but by threat piracy, oil theft, illegal fishing, and maritime crime. On these troubled waters sails Nigeria's first line of defense, the Nigerian Navy. With a coastline stretching over 850 kilometers and maritime borders that are gateways to West Africa's economy, Nigeria depends on its navy not just for protection, but for survival.
What Nigerians don't know is very unfortunate that Navy, to me, is the heartbeat of Nigerian economy. I don't care. The army does not protect our maritime environment. Today, Nigeria survives on crude oil exportation, selling, and what have you. Who protect those pipelines from vandalization? Who escort those ships of NNPC to the international waters? Is the Nigerian Navy. Then an institution that protects your economy. Our economy is dependent on the crude oil. Then the crude oil itself, the maritime environment is dependent on the Navy in terms of its survival. And yet it is the agency that is underfunded. So to reform, I can say to Mr. President, to whosoever that cares to listen, that until and unless you pay attention to institutions, to agencies such as the Nigerian Navy that make your economy function, when you have the ships, the warships, the tugs, all the facilities required to be able to ensure that piracy is reduced to the barest minimum. That's part of my achievement. Nigeria recorded the highest level of piracy reduction. If you don't fund them, how will piracy be reduced? That globally, international organization will recognize Nigeria as one of the less pirates attacked country within the Gulf of Guinea. It is because there is fund, that is why those things happen. So you need to reform a sensitive agency that are the heartbeat of your economy, such as the Nigerian Navy. Make sure that they have all the platforms they need. They need helicopters to perform maritime survey by air. They need ships, warships. They need all the speed boats and what have you to be able to make sure that no attacks on any international platform. Pirates are reduced to the barest minimum. Protect our pipelines from being vandalized by all the criminals in the creeks. The oil theft, such as crude oil theft and what have you. By the time you fund and strengthen Navy with all the platform it requires, our economy will certainly blossom beyond the level that it is.
The fight against piracy in the Gulf of Guinea, once the world's most dangerous maritime zone, demands not just firepower, but technology, intelligence, and collaboration. Can Nigerian Navy keep pace in this high-stakes game of cat and mouse?
You need enough personnel to man the waterways. And listen, if today Nigerian Navy arrests 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships, do you arrest a ship in water and leave the ship there without personnel inside the ship manning it. Now you have workforce. People take Nigeria to be only when you have land army seen all over protecting Maiduguri Yobe. It's more than that. The water require more than what you require in the land. You arrest criminals or people that are trying to intrude or people that have stolen the Nigerian national asset, and you keep them. You don't keep a ship outside water. One, you keep the ship running so that it will not sink. Two, when you arrest, it is under your custody. If it sinks, they can take you to court and it become a problem. Before you allow Ministry of Justice, EFCC, ICPC, who are prosecuting agency to prosecute those people that Navy arrested, you must keep it under your custody with personnel mounted under. Then you have waters in Western Naval Command, Lagos. You have waters in Eastern Naval Command, Central Naval Command, Bayelsa. We go to Warri, all ships are there. Arrests are being made all over. Personnel of Nigerian Navy are manning those platforms that have been arrested. How do you expect Navy? Will there be ghosts to protect the water? So until there is an increment, that is until there is an increment in recruitment process of the Navy so that they will have enough personnel to ensure that one, if arrest is made, there are personnel manning those platforms that have been arrested. And again, there are personnel conducting daily routine of patrolling the maritime environment. Until that is done, you cannot blame them. So just like you are having insufficient police force to man our various police stations, Navy are equally having insufficient personnel to man our water. So I cannot tell you that our water is 100% safe. They have been engaging the global navies. They visit them, they come. I have participated in different ceremonial activities to take over a platform that is built by other developed countries of the world. In France, I have signed on behalf of Nigerian people to admit that a platform is built and is donated to Nigerian Navy. I know their capacity, I know their capability. Nigerian Navy is one of the best in the globe. Within the Gulf of Guinea, we are the leaders. It is no gainsay. Go anywhere. We train Benin Republic Navy, we train Ghanaian Navy, we train, ask them, it's there. The records are there. So I can say this without mentioning words. Just like I can say for the entire armed forces that Nigerian armed forces is the best. Nigerian Navy is the best, one of the best in Africa, not even West Africa. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say a little about my stewardship as the chairman of Navy. And by the special grace of God, going forward, we'll continue to articulate what we have done to the Navy, and we'll continue to advocate the right policy that will equally advance the prospect of the Nigerian Navy, having understand its strategic importance to the Nigerian economy, to Nigerian safety, to Nigerian defense. Thank you.
I am Honorable Mrs. Amina Darasimi Ibrahim, the PDP National Woman Leader. Watch the program Feedback on NTA Parliament.